Looking up the video for that block, what was your perspective at the end of the game? Did you be surprised it was overturned? And I'm not trying to take Christmas money from
I just, it was ruled a foul on the court. So obviously they saw something that it was enough to make him overturn it. I thought it was a great drive by him. They didn't switch. He attacked Embiid, looking to get the and one. So, we can't come down and hope for them to call that call though. We gotta get going and have a more substantial, chance to win the game at the end.
What do you guys see with these slow starts in the last game?
Just our energy. We gotta come out with a sense of urgency. We can't wait till we down and rely on our skills to get us back in the game. We showed we could get back in the game, but let's not make it tough on ourselves. So we got to come out with a sense of urgency, especially on the road, playing against a good team. We got to understand that. A game like tonight definitely show us that.
Over a long season, even though you lost, but coming back the last two games like you did, does that give you confidence that no matter how far down you get, not to go away?
I mean, yeah, every guy on this team is definitely resilient. We're gonna fight to the end. Now it's about just channeling that energy from the start of the game. And really understand we got to play close to a 48-minute game as possible. We can't have too many lapses. Team's too good in this league to have lapses, and they take advantage of it. So it's a great learning game that we can take a lot from tonight, and understand we got another opportunity at home. Get this thing back.
For either one of you, one of the things Billy talked about before the game was that you guys, because of the size and the rebounding differential, you guys have to play not 40 minutes of hell, but the defense has to always be active and physical. The last two games, it seems the first halves were both disconnected, disjointed a little bit. Do you guys get that sense that it has to start with defense?
It definitely got to start. That's when we at our best. We're able to get out in transition. We got a lot of athletic guys that's talented in transition. And when we work together defensively, we show it throughout the games when we need it the most. We got to put that pressure as soon as the tip ball goes.
Why do you think it hasn't been there last year in the first half?
Learning curve. We just learning. Learning everything can be perfect. We like I said, I'm pretty sure we're gonna go back, look at this game, understand the mistakes, where we make the mistakes, the lapses, play calls we make in that time, things we doing on both ends that we could get better at. Like I said, we're not even 10 games in, and it's a lot that we can learn from and we will take from this.
Exactly. Where are you at personally with the adjustment period to the thumb, and what kind of maintenance, if any, do you have to do? Like your tape's already off, I see. Like what kind of maintenance, if any, do you have to do post game?
Put some ice on it, wait for it to heal. It's gonna be like this for a while. And it's not gonna take any excuses for it. It just is what it is, and play through it.
But in terms of the adjustment, are you figuring out? There's times you drive and we're used to seeing you use that left hand, and it seems like sometimes maybe you're going right. If I read too much into it, I don't know.
You just gotta figure out how to play through it. It is, like I said, it is what it is. I'll figure it out. And I think the biggest thing is just go out there and not try to think about it.
Thanks, guys.
When I thought we were better in the second half, but I think coming off this 2-game trip, I think we have to take a deeper dive into the first half, both Boston and this game. If you look at those numbers, and then certainly defensively, I think in the second half it's been better. But we both games kind of dug ourselves, but a much bigger hole in the third quarter against Boston than we did tonight. But we got to get off to a better start. And I thought Curry got wherever he wanted to go pretty easily, and there just wasn't enough. I thought at the point of screens for us offensively, and then offensively, I thought they won that battle. They were better at the point of the screen guarding us, and they were better at the point of the screen when they were running their offense.
Is Zach okay? Obviously we know about the thumb, but he looked like he was laboring up and down in the first half.
Yeah, I think he got hit. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if he bumped knees or what he did, but something definitely happened. He said he was okay. I didn't really get into too much detail of what it was. He was, I think, talking to the trainer, but he obviously was cleared to play. But he did do something. I'm not quite sure what it was.
Billy, speaking of defense, I don't know if you got a chance to see the possession where Curry hit that, big shot at dagger. What do you think about your guys' defense with that?
It was okay. I thought we did a pretty good job. He shot fake. We stayed down. We didn't go for it. He shot it up. I at least from where I was standing, I don't know how far away the second defender was, but, I think Alex was right on him and, he shot it over him. It was a mid-range, non-paint two shot. It was a tough shot. We gave ourselves a chance, if we could rebound the ball there. It was unfortunate. I couldn't see where I was standing, the challenge there on Embiid. Brian Forte, said to me, and I trust him, said, Billy, it was clearly a foul. I mean, clearly, it was clearly not a foul. So, you just kind of move on. But, give Curry credit. He made the shot and, gave him a 2-possession lead.
You subbed Alex for Lonzo really early in the third. Was the thinking there something you saw before with Lonzo, or was it?
No, he kind of, his ankle or whatever it was labored a little bit, and he didn't tell me to come out. I thought he needed to come out, and I basically just took him out and kind of changed up his rotation a little bit. Trainer told me after a few minutes that he was fine to go back in, so I threw him back in there, later in that half.
Back from the 18 points, I think it was. Did you take anything out of that like the other night, or disappointed?
Yeah, these guys battle and fight. They don't give up. I get great respect and admiration. They fought their way back, but I think it's like what I just said to Joe. It's hard to live like that. You talk about a 19-point comeback, against Boston, and I thought it showed great resolve, resiliency to do that. But boy, it's a tough way to live every night if you're going to sit there and say we got to come back from that kind of deficit. So I think there's some things that we can get better at from this game. I think that we got to learn about. I think we can be better offensively. We didn't shoot the ball particularly well tonight, especially from three. I thought that was really the difference in the game. Their 3-point shooting versus ours. Did a fairly decent job on the backboard. I thought we had too many turnovers in the first half. The other part of it was because we didn't shoot it great from three. Our assist numbers were not up like they normally are.
Said that is a tough way to put it, but like over a long season, knowing that your guys have shown that they will fight back like this from these.
Believe me, I'd rather have a team that's got that characteristic than not. So listen, every game is not going to be smooth sailing. Every game you're going to need, to weather and battle adversity. I give our guys a lot of credit in that category. They've done it, quite a bit this year. I think I always feel over there at the bench, on the bench with them that the talk by Demar and by Vooch and by Zach's really good. And listen, there's a lot of ebbs and flows in an NBA game, and maybe nowadays 15 points is not that big of a lead. It changes so quickly. But I do feel very, very good about our guys' ability to continue to fight. And I think it speaks, it's a great characteristic to have. I'm just looking at it, not taking that away from, just looking at the perspective of, what we can do better. But I think it's just who those guys are competitively, they fight.
Billy Zach is obviously such a gifted and talented scorer, and we talked about his improved decision making, but it looked like there were a few times in that fourth quarter where he was kind of going into the teeth of defense and having some tough reads. Did you see that? What do you think about how he played on the stretch?
Yeah, one of the things I felt like in the Boston game, coming out of that game, watching film yesterday, with the team, was he wasn't downhill as much, and we need to know that he's going to keep a level of aggressiveness and play downhill. I think the one thing we better do, and it speaks to DeMar and Alex and even Io and Alex Caruso, there are times, to your point, when that ball's being driven, it's not just Zach, and I've got to find a way to help him. But when that ball is being driven the way it is, to your point, generally it's the 5-man. And we've got a great 5-man that can shoot. And we've got to find ways to get him more shots from back there in those situations you're talking about. And sometimes it's hard, right? You're going, help comes, and you got to make that split-second read. I think as these guys learn how to play with each other, I think that's some of it. How defenses guard Zach and DeMar and Lonzo and Alex Caruso and even Niall when he's driving, where help's coming from. Just having an idea and a sense where Vooch is at, so we can generate maybe some more threes. Because if we can do more of that, it then, I think, stretches the defense a little bit, and you take away big rim protection and allows us to play downhill a little bit more.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.